Hey dumplings, it's David Asai. Welcome back to my channel. Today I definitely have a few things that I want to talk about. One involving a prior fan meet, and this was about a girl who met Taehyung. I definitely wanted to talk about this and give my opinions because I have some thoughts. This isn't about the girl in particular, but what people were saying after the girl interaction with Taehyung. So other people, not this girl. I think you'll personally find it pretty funny actually. We also have Jungkook talking about a celebrity that he often fights with, either physically or verbally. But we will talk about those and give my opinions on those. I'll talk about what is going on, so let's gather around, have some tea, have a little kiki. If you are new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be the first to leave your hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be the first to do so. Now, let's jump into it. The first thing we're talking about is, of course, our little fan meet. This was a little while ago. Obviously, our boys aren't doing fan meets right now. However, if they are, I'll be there. I'll risk it. I'll risk it all.
I'll wear 15 masks.
Just think about it. There'll be like, what, 50 armies there? Because no one wants to leave their house? I can have a moment, like a real moment with my zaddies? I'm totally kidding, obviously. Please stay quarantined. If your state tells you to do that, don't go outside. This particular fan meet was a fan meet of BTS in this long line. They had their table there, each of them sat one by one, and you get to go up to them one by one and talk to them. Meaning, you saw one BTS member, you cried, you confessed your love, you said everything you wanted to say, you moved down, and then you see another BTS member. You get to cry and say what you want to say all over again, and you get to do that 5 more times. This is my heaven. For every member, I will propose, and probably one of them will say yes. I mean, 7 of them, what are my odds? Probably not great, but it's still a little bit better than if I just asked one person. Then next I can be on Say Yes to the Dress featuring BTS member. It'll be so fun and great, I love it. Yes, this is what I dream about in my spare time. But this one fan meet that I'm going to be talking about took place in early last year or maybe the year before that. A fangirl came up to all of the members and told them how amazing they were, as you do if you see BTS, okay? You kiss their shoes if they ask you to. Then she arrived to Taehyung and she instantly started crying. I get it, first time seeing an angel, right? The moment it hits you, it makes you a bit teary-eyed. It's like you don't know what to do, you're a little bit overwhelmed. But I don't know, I don't think I would ever cry if I met one of my favorite K-pop idols. But who knows, maybe if I was in that scenario and I was feeling everything that I was feeling in that scenario, I would cry. And then embarrassingly cry in front of them, but who knows? I could imagine it would definitely be overwhelming and a bit too much. I can imagine it would be very intimidating and scary over the fact that there are other people probably behind you watching you interact with everyone, and then you're scrambling because you want to make sure you say everything you came there to say. You want to tell them everything while you have the angels there listening to you. If you couldn't tell, I meant BTS, they're the angels. Actually, you know what? I would cry. I would just bawl. Easily turn into a Riverside fan meet. Of course, when Taehyung saw her crying, Taehyung cried as well. Some people obviously took this as Taehyung laughing at the girl. I'll get more into those tweets and those things, but I don't believe this was like mocking or laughing. I believe it helps the fan feel a bit more comfortable. Like if someone is teasing you lightly, it makes you open up, it kind of eases you a little bit, kind of brings your guard down a bit. I don't know the psychology behind it, but it works. It almost makes you feel like you can then trust this person. And by Taehyung doing this and pretending to cry, it stops the fan from crying and then makes them laugh, which is exactly what happened. Then when you're not crying, obviously you can open up and talk to this person and tell them how you feel, and then they can actually say what they came here to say and don't regret not saying it later. It very much works, and this fake kind of goofy crying is the most adorable thing you've ever seen. You even have this moment here, which is a different fan meet moment where someone else came up to Taehyung and started crying, where Taehyung actually started wiping away her tears. Taehyung is a master at fake crying, okay? If you need him in movies for fake crying, that's your guy. Can't nobody change my mind how good he is at fake crying. He does it in a charming way that can be found as cute and funny. I can understand how some people might see this as making fun, but obviously I don't agree. They can maybe see this without knowing the whole story or without knowing the type of person that Taehyung actually is. He's a jokester and he has a really good sense of humor. One Twitter user wrote this: "V crying when a fan cries at a fan meet is almost making fun or mocking though, right?" I don't believe this tweet was kind of in a bad, ill-meaning type of way. I think it was just kind of a misunderstanding. And as I said, I don't quite think so. I think it's very cool for this fangirl to leave the fan meet and tell her friends that Taehyung fake cried in front of her. Isn't that something that would be so funny and that you would cherish? A memory she would never forget. It's dope. But it's not all bad things that people are saying, of course. Few people are saying bad things. There's a lot of people who are saying good things as well. And Taehyung wouldn't purposely go out of the way to hurt somebody. One army wrote this: "Taehyung always fake cries whenever he sees his fan crying, just to make them smile. Please, I love him. I agree, Taehyung has such a sweet heart. A fake crying really makes ARMYs feel better. Makes them laugh and smile. If I did end up crying and he just stared at me and was like, who is this guy? Ew. I would be sad. Instantly the cry would change from happy to sad. But if he decides to be playful, which he does, that's gonna make me laugh and I'll love him forevermore. I'll support him that much more than I ever did before. We bonded right there. You see, we're crying buddies now. Next time he wants to cry, he can just give me a call, hit me on the old cellular. I'll fake cry next time. He'll be real crying, I'll be fake crying. We switch roles, which by the way, that offer will forever stand. It does not expire. Not just Taehyung, any of you. Such a sweet soul, just like Jungkook actually. Apparently, Jungkook actually does get into fights with celebrities, whether it's physical or verbal. It's all in good fun and of course in a good, well-meaning, fun-hearted way. That celebrity I'm going to be talking about is of course Jin. Some of you follow BTS for quite some time, or maybe some of you who are just getting into it might even notice that Jungkook and Jin have a really fun brotherly relationship. People even ship them together. Jin-kook, they say. It's not my personal favorite ship, but I see it. I get why they do it. Jin and Jungkook argue a lot and fight like almost how brothers fight in play. You know how brothers fight. If you have brothers, you'll know what I mean. It's like punching all the time. This is just how some brothers and some people show love to each other. Honestly, that's better than people ignoring you, which is what most people do to me. In a recent video with August D, his newest song that he released not too long ago, just a couple days ago, if you've not seen it, stream it. There's a kind of little Easter egg in the music video. But if you didn't notice, which I didn't notice the first time I was seeing it either, and August D was walking down the street, rapping, doing all his stuff, getting hot, killing it, he bumps into a bearded man. A hot bearded man.
HAWT.
And when that man turned around to reveal his beard, you noticed, or you could have noticed if you zoomed in, that it was Jin, just in a beard. You ain't fooling us. Well, you fooled me the first time, but you ain't fooling now. Jin was carrying what looked like a fishing pole, some sort of stick or something. When August D hit Jin and then Jin turned around, Jin hit Jungkook, who was standing right next to Jin with that fishing pole. And then Jungkook, of course, began fighting Jin. This is funny because I wonder if Big Hit chose Jin and Jungkook because of the fact that they bicker all the time. Or if they just chose them two because of some other reason. They thought it would just be fun. Either way, it's definitely fun. I think after this, people were kind of looking into some of the other moments that Jin and Jungkook were actually fighting and bickering. So I found a news source that apparently brought up the attention of the fact that Jungkook actually fights with Jin a lot, even sometimes in his dreams. This was something that Jungkook admitted in the live stream. By the way, I always miss these live streams. So then I go on like the next day and I kind of play it in the background while I'm doing chores. And then sometimes I miss little details like this. Like when I found out, I went back to the stream and I was like, what? When was this? When did he talk about this? But apparently this was the recent time when Jungkook streamed with Taehyung and the internet trended Taehyung. Jungkook admitted that in his dream, he actually fought with Jin and he couldn't understand why he dreamt that. Sometimes if you do fight with someone a lot in real life, fighting with them in your dreams can be something that happens a lot. I fight with my family a lot and then I dream about fighting with my family a lot. Or arguing with them, not actually fist fighting or anything like that. I don't think Jungkook was dreaming of fist fighting Jin either. But of course, it's usually over nothing. And then I wake up either frustrated or I start laughing at the fact that I was arguing over something stupid, like a loaf of bread or something. But yeah, it totally happens a lot with me all the time. It makes me feel normal to know Jungkook also does this and then fights with Jin in his dreams. Because now you know that they actually do love each other, even though they fight all the time. And I think a lot of people need to understand just because people fight all the time, that doesn't mean that they hate each other. Sometimes the person that you fight with the most can be someone that you love. I definitely had to see if anyone on Twitter was talking about this, what they were saying. How many people talk about them bickering, their flirty and brotherly love for each other? There's one ARMY captured a moment in a previous live stream a long time ago where Jin and Jungkook were arguing in the background. They wrote, while Jin and Jungkook are arguing in the back, Jimin told everyone he's going to end the broadcast. This is hilarious and it's definitely funny to know that nothing has changed because I believe this was in 2016. So quite some time ago and they were the same person. The fact that they don't even try to hide this from their live stream. They don't feel like they need to be fake during a live stream with ARMYs. It's definitely something that I've admired a lot with them. A lot of K-pop groups will be too scared to show them arguing because they're scared that their fans are going to think something bad about them, or even worse, their label's going to step in and be like, this isn't a good look. And sometimes when someone else gets involved in an argument, it can ruin the relationship between two people. Like if someone didn't get involved, let's say, then those two would just kind of work it out themselves and they'll be fine. But sometimes when someone actually does get involved, it actually hurts the relationship even further and they'll never get back together. Sometimes that can happen. I'm glad that doesn't happen with Jin and Jungkook. There was this other time when ARMYs mentioned this. They wrote this moment where Jin and Jungkook were brushing their teeth. Jin and Jungkook were arguing while even brushing their teeth. These two forever bickering. They even bicker when they brush their teeth. That's real love. The fact that they're so comfortable to do this, obviously you don't do this with someone you just met. You only do this with people you're close with. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for your comments. As always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and kind of check that out and contribute back to this channel. Anything you can contribute over there really does help out, kind of make the videos better on here. It makes me kind of spend more time on these videos and really make them better. So I really do appreciate if you check that out and contribute anything you can. I'll leave a link in the description down below so you can check it out. You also get exclusive content over there, such as music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions, all that stuff. There's also 2 videos that will pop up on the end of the screen on this video, so make sure you click on one of those videos, and I will see you over there. Bye.
The way I would